And I want everyone to know, it's not because I want revenge.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another movie night. I'm Jacqui, and today we are watching The Last of Us, Season 2, Episode 2, The Path. Hey guys! So I wanted to sit down and do a quick little insert before Episode 3 because now having actually posted Episode 2, you guys gave me a great deal of information that I didn't have about why they did Episodes 1 and 2 the way they did. And in light of all of that information, I do feel differently about it, and I wanted to address that. I also wanted to acknowledge that in my discussion of Episode 2, I think there was something that I didn't explain quite correctly because I got a lot of responses to it, and I realized that I was not as articulate as I should have been. So I want to clarify that. But if you guys watched my discussion of Episode 2, you know that my biggest frustration with it, all of my issues stemmed from the fact that we met Abby in Episode 1. I had said in that discussion that I thought it would have been so much better if we didn't know Abby ahead of time, if we didn't meet her until it happened, if that came out of the blue. I personally felt, and again, this is just my opinion, but I personally felt that that would have made it much, much better and much more effective from a narrative perspective. As it turns out, that was how it was done in the game. I did not know that. I'm not a gamer, and I have very, very specifically avoided spoilers and any other information regarding the game. And so it wasn't until I actually posted that episode that I got a flood of comments explaining to me that, one, not only was that originally how it was done for the game and it was changed for the show, but you guys explained to me why. And when you told me why, I had to go for a walk because I was livid. I was so upset because apparently, when this happened in the game, the backlash was so severe, the fan response was so insane that Laura Bailey, who plays Abby, started getting death threats. And the vitriol spewed at her and the creatives was so unbelievable that they changed it when they adapted the game into the show to make it more telegraphed and make that less shocking in an attempt to prevent something like that happening again. I'm aware that this is going to sound very ironic coming from someone like me who literally takes media so seriously. I went to school for it, and I quite literally make my living showing how emotional I get over film and television and sharing my thoughts and experiences with this. I'm aware it's going to sound a little ironic coming from me, but I'm going to say it because it needs to be said. I don't care how angry, frustrated, heartbroken, or confused a storyline makes you. There is no excuse ever to threaten the life of the actress over it. Firstly, she was hired to do a job. She did not write it. She did not create it. It is not her fault. Even if she did, though, even if it was entirely her baby, even if she wrote it, directed it, starred in it, did all that, I don't care. It doesn't matter. You do not threaten someone's life over a piece of fiction. It is a video game. This is a TV show. And don't get me wrong, you guys have literally seen me lose my mind over film and TV. I have gone into swearing rages over things on this channel. I have cried over things on this channel. I understand how much things can affect you. I don't care. I don't care. There is no excuse ever to threaten someone's life over it, and you may quote me on that. I actually can't believe that that's something I have to say and something I have to explain, that threatening someone's life over a piece of fiction is not okay. It's not. Ever. And so when I say that affects how I feel about Episode 2, on the one hand, I respect the hell out of the creatives. I respect the hell out of the writers and the showrunners for making that change to protect their cast and crew. They understandably, I imagine, did not want Kaitlyn Dever to have to go through what Laura Bailey did. They wanted to try to mitigate that sort of backlash. And on the one hand, I respect that. I respect that they were willing to sacrifice their original creative vision for the safety of their cast and crew. That being said, the fact that that's necessary, the fact that they felt they need to do that because a handful of people couldn't behave like decent human beings is disgusting, is so upsetting and unbelievably frustrating. Absolutely unbelievable. I don't condone that. I cannot believe that that's something I have to say. And regardless of any technical complaints I may have about episode 2, I absolutely understand where they're coming from. I absolutely understand making that change, and I do respect it. Now, as for the technical, based on all the comments that I got, I realized there was something I didn't really explain very well, and I just want to take a second to clarify that here. I had said in that discussion that I didn't actually have an issue with killing off Joel from a narrative perspective because there's so much that can come out of that. I understand that as an inciting incident, but to me, the way it was executed, it didn't feel like an inciting incident. In writing, you really do have to have balance between setup and payoff. And the way that Abby was introduced in episode 1, particularly in the cold open, setting up a vendetta in the wake of what happened at the end of season 1 as the opener for this season, to me, that was a massive setup. As I said in that discussion, that is a huge plot point, and it comes across as a huge setup, and you need an appropriate payoff on that. And it's not that Joel's death wasn't shocking, but the fact that it felt very telegraphed and the fact that it happened literally an episode later, to me, again, my opinion, on a technical level, Joel's death felt more like a lackluster payoff to a setup than it did an inciting incident, and that's where my frustration came from. On a technical level, I still think that's true. However, I'm not upset about it anymore. Because I now understand that they didn't do that because it was a failure in the writing. They did it on purpose to mitigate the backlash to that storyline. I feel very differently about it. So I just wanted to do a little insert here addressing those things because in the wake of my comments on the last video, I felt like it was really, really important to make sure you guys knew that I understood and address that going forward. And that's definitely going to affect how I feel about the show going forward. So all of that being said, here is my reaction to episode 3, and stay tuned for the rest of the season. We keep coming back to the watch. Is Ellie going to start wearing it? I'm making a bet Ellie's going to start wearing Joel's watch. The fact that there's such a huge parallel between her and Abby now, and we had such a prominent shot of Abby's watch in the first episode. They were both 19 when they lost their father figures.
Give Sarah my love.
Oh my god! Fuck me. Oh, fuck, why would you say something like that? That's so beautiful and heartbreaking. Just rip my heart out even more, why don't you? Ooh, Ellie. Ah! Punctured lung. Ah! Oh, poor child. Ellie!
Ellie!
Oh, that poor child! Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Cold open gut punch. Firstly, holding on Joel's watch that Sarah got fixed for him. Tommy saying, say hi to Sarah for me. And then we cut to his other daughter, heartbroken. Fucking hell. Just drive it home. Why don't you? God. Clever bit of evil writing. Oh, motherfucker. Joel's not in the opening anymore. Fucking hell. I'm heartbroken, but just so fucking annoyed. Like, that was good.
And how would you rate your pain? Scale of 1 to 10.
Nothing. 0.
0.
Veronica's back. Sassy Ellie.
So can I just...
Almost. I just need you to see one more person, then you're good to go.
Psych eval.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ha! Called it.
How are you doing?
Fine.
If you say it that fast, it kind of implies you're not. How are you doing, Ellie?
Give me a moment. It's really complicated because, feelings.
Okay.
Speaking of Veronica, that's actually a really funny parallel to the first time we met her in season 1. Her counting super fast and then counting super slow.
In my last moment with Joel, he said he wronged you. Maybe bad.
What is it that he said that he did?
He said, I saved her.
No idea what he meant. I don't feel wronged.
You sure about that?
Man, I wish I could have let him off the hook for whatever it was he was talking about. I guess I'll have to let myself off the hook for that.
You sassy child.
Well, you really are doing good.
Yep.
If everyone were as healthy as you, what would I do for weed and booze?
I wouldn't worry, Gail. There's still a lot of fucked up people in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're one of them,
But not
honey.
you, though.
You're the worst of them all. Neither Gail nor I buy it for one fucking second. Oh, Bella Ramsey, the little actor that you are! God, you're incredible! Oh, that sequence was great. Visually, as her face falls, she goes from in full light to slowly being more and more shrouded by shadow and completely in shadow at the end as her expression just drops. Oh! Gorgeous cinematography! Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Also, this is fucking heartbreaking! Something can be heartbreaking and beautiful at the same time. What did I fucking say? The season is not subtle. Just, What did I literally just say? This season is not subtle. Visually beautiful. Not subtle. Interesting, we're also specifically holding on the side of her face with a scar. That was really prominent. Because she's scarred. Probably doesn't even realize she's crying. Ellie? There's a lot of visual symbolism in that shot. Speaking of lighting and shadows from earlier, I'll come back to it because I don't want to interrupt. Halo lighting. Literally. Halo lighting is when a character is lit from behind and the effect of it makes it look like there's literally a halo on their head. It's meant to look very angelic, very ethereal, very peaceful. Kind of appropriate here. He's shining on her. In that shot, his clothes were in shadow because he's dead, but there's a light shining on the back of her like he's watching her. Same way that we had with Bill and Frank in episode 3. The shot through the window, seeing them drive away, it was like Bill and Frank were watching over them.
I made you cookies.
Oh?
This is a peace offering.
Oh.
Because I'm about to make you angry.
Uh-oh.
When you asked me about that day, I told you I didn't learn anything useful. That wasn't true.
You didn't want her jumping up and running when she wasn't healthy.
I know most of their names, and I know where they're from. Please just listen.
Oh my god, that light from the window is Joel.
This town was wreckage and funerals for weeks. Nobody was going to go after anyone. Yeah. And then it occurred to me that if you want to find someone, and the only thing you know about them is where they're going to end up.
Wait till they get there?
Maybe let them get there.
Yeah. That's actually not bad logic.
I loved him too, you know.
There's so much visual symbolism in this shot. Oh, I don't want to interrupt, but I just want to talk about it because it's so great. Because we just established that the light through the window is like Joel looking down on her and he's right in between them because he's there with them and it's over the empty chair.
It's so beautiful.
I saw a patch on a backpack. Yellow triangle, wolf's head, and the letters WLF.
Way to pick up the details.
One of those groups was the Washington Liberation Front.
Damn, girl! That's impressive.
Out of Seattle.
Good for her.
Did he say how small they were?
No, but seeing as how no one's ever mentioned them since, I'm guessing small enough for us to handle.
Sure about that? Dina's wearing a watch too. Interesting.
I wasn't going to tell anyone before you.
That's loyalty right there. Have a cookie.
So now what?
God, the framing of this again. I regardless of anything else, the one thing this show never fails on is fucking cinematography. The visuals in this are just
I gotta think about
top
this.
tier.
Think about what? Let's fucking get these guys.
Ah, Dina's wearing a rainbow jacket. Ah. Subtle.
If it had been you, Joel would be halfway to Seattle before the sun came up.
He'd be halfway to Seattle to save my life. But when we lost people, no. It would just break him like it was his fault. I saw that time and time again, and don't talk to me like I didn't know him. He was my brother.
Yeah, I've known him a lot longer than you.
But you'll back us, right?
Of course I will. Come on.
Uncle Tommy.
And you hold out information on me again, you got rendering detail for a month.
The things we do for love. She took that risk for Ellie.
Buried our dead 10 miles south of town. If you want to visit them.
When we're on our way to Seattle.
That girl's psychological profile is so fascinating. What the fork nugget? You the Joker's cousin? Okay, they all have the same. This feels culty.
Well,
Whatever. The whole. Oh yeah, this is the Joker's family. This is creepy.
Why can't she just keep us safe?
She?
profit isn't magic. They're just people that see truths hidden from others and share that truth no matter what the cost. So it was with our prophet.
This is the way.
Then can I have a hammer?
All right.
Oh, children with weapons.
You feel safer?
Yes.
Well, as Lisbeth Salander once said, there are very few threats that can't be dealt with a decent hammer.
Understand what we're giving you now. Keep you far, far safer than a hammer. Distance from war.
From danger. Yeah. Can't hurt you if you're nowhere near it.
Take cover!
The bloody Nazgul?
Demons?
Wolves.
Oh. Wait, wolves. Yeah, that kind of wolf. Yeah, yeah. Fucking subtle. He says wolves and we cut to the wolf logo. Oh my god.
So what'd you think?
Well, for someone who sat on their ass for 3 months, I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah?
Oh, she's got a lot of
Push-ups?
rage.
Yeah, crunches when they weren't looking. Heard you're on the council now. So you know about the meeting coming up.
She rallying support.
Can I count on you?
Yep. Quite a little politician.
A lot of people in here buried family. And now you want to send, what, you're saying 16 of our best? Well, while they're gone, who's going to be on the wall if raiders come? And none of you up there can promise us that all 16 will come back.
She makes a good point.
People came and killed Joel, so why wouldn't we want to take our vengeance? Well, because we're not supposed to. Forgive and be forgiven. No grudges.
Oh my god, Ellie.
That's what separates us. Our capacity for mercy.
Those sons of bitches don't deserve our mercy.
There's Bart Bass.
Down with you for saying it, Carlisle.
Seth, sit down.
No!
You're not on the list.
No! Boo-hoo! It's not fair! Somebody shoots your brother, you want to take the locks off your doors? Grow up! You idiots. They'll come back because we didn't make them pay. And when they come back, they'll be laughing. And you'll all deserve it.
Ellie did not expect him to be the ally she needed. I knew we'd see him again.
I normally don't write things down because I normally don't think before I talk. Which has gotten me in trouble before. A lot. But I can't afford that right now because I know what I'm asking is a lot. And I want everyone to know it's not because I want revenge. You can count on me. That's what holds all this together. Not potluck dinners or New Year's Eve dances. Definitely not a wall, because that thing got busted through. But Jackson is still here.
She's got nods. She got the nod.
Do what it takes to see that justice is done. Do it for us.
Shit. Even Dina's like, holy crap.
No.
Too many no's.
No. The vote is 8-3.
Yeah.
The proposal is rejected.
We all know she's gonna go anyway, but... Oh, Seth. Is he gonna be the new, I don't want to say father figure, like, it's not a replacement rotating system, but...
I didn't know you were a fan.
Hell yeah. I had Tiger season tickets. And I'm supposed to see a shrink myself, you know, to process it all. I'm the only one here.
So what do you do then?
Drink,
oh, well,
smoke.
I'm an alcoholic. And I smoke as much weed as I can.
Yep.
You know, complete fucking disaster.
Self-medicating. They cast the right person for this role.
I'm nervous she's gonna do something stupid.
What, you didn't believe her speech?
Did you?
Of course not. She's a liar.
What did I say? She was becoming a great politician?
Well, there's a difference between lying and being a liar.
Oh, I
Ooh.
know. And that one? Liar.
I just don't want her to go down the same paths that Joel did,
Like father, like daughter.
coming up with justifications and such. All he was really doing was lashing out.
So you think she might have learned that behavior from him?
I think she might have had a little bit of it on her own.
Yeah. No, I think they were walking side by side from the very start.
That was a nice line.
Take it from a psychotherapist of 40 years. Some people just can't be saved.
That was a raw deal. Joel having to put him down. Couldn't be saved.
Get in.
So, what's your plan?
Go to Seattle and kill Abby.
What route?
Northwest?
And is that all guns, or do you have medical supplies in there?
Yeah. Hopefully, have a friend who thinks a little more than you do.
Is that Joel's? That's what you're good at killing.
Fucking right.
And save it for that. Slow and kicks like hell.
I like Dina for so many reasons.
Questions?
Yeah, one, how the fuck are we gonna get all of this?
I know, guy.
Hey, thank you.
You know, you could have just asked.
No, I actually didn't know that.
Oh, that's not Ellie's style.
Now you do.
They're so precious. Yes! Oh my god, I fucking called it! Ha!
How'd you get her out?
Janine's night watch at the stables. She's sympathetic to our cause.
Our
cause?
You're the one that gave the us speech, not me.
Instead of her and Joel, it's her and Dina. Shake his hand, Ellie! Do it! Do it! Yeah! Atta girl. And atta guy. Way to redeem yourself, Bart. I know his name is Seth, but he will always be Bart Bass to me. Oh, the beautiful silhouette shot. Oh, gorgeous. The dawn, the light, the sunlight is him. Oh. She wasn't crying this time. She's on a mission. She's determined. It's a very different vibe. What a beautiful place, though. What an absolutely beautiful burial place.
Are you seriously gonna make me do the entire alphabet?
I don't have to. I'm incredibly flexible.
Really?
Sorry, Ellie.
Interesting. I shoot a guy and he feels sorry for me.
I'm just loyal like that.
Holy shit, that came on fast. How the fuck did you know that was gonna happen? I'm a witch. Clearly.
Oh my goodness, they're in a tent. This feels like fan fiction fodder right here. Ellie thinks so too. There was only one tent.
Well, good night.
Night.
Are we about to get a Brokeback Mountain scene here?
Okay, but I have a stupid question. It's about New Year's Eve and, you know, the kid.
Right, so it doesn't mean anything, if that's what you're asking.
No, I know that. My question is,
Could it?
how would you rate it?
Ouch.
You've kissed girls before. You're gay, I'm not.
You sure about
I'm
that?
just curious.
Miss Rainbow Jacket?
Okay, fine, 6.
Fuck you, 6.
Is Dina gonna ask her to practice? Oh dear.
You can go back to Jesse.
I already did.
Well, there you have it.
Oh, Ellie's little gay heart.
Does he ever strike you as sad? I think deep inside that's just how he is. At least I hope that's why. Well, because if it's not that, then it's me. Ellie? It wasn't that high.
Thank you for not being an absolute cliche of a scene. That was a cute little bit of progress. And we have caught up to the fucking cult.
He was running away.
What's that symbol?
I don't know. I've never seen it before.
A really weird Jesus fish.
A lot of different calibers. I don't think this was Fedra. Dina.
Dina?
Dina!
Do not wander off on your... Oh, Jesus. Massacre. Oh dear, I'm waiting for movement. I'm waiting for some sort of creepy movement. Okay, I thought they were creepy and culty. I didn't think that meant they deserved to be massacred. What the fuck?
Wow. Fucking Seattle. Pretty.
Plus, no one's shooting at us.
Yet. Give it time.
Because there aren't that many wolves.
There's
Ah!
supposed to be a whole lot less.
Oh dear.
Curtis or Viper?
What? No. That was just me. I was trying to sound like a badass.
You're so cute.
You don't need to try.
Aww. I'm waiting for the movement. I'm waiting for the hammer to fall. Ironically. Hammer. Ha, ha. Metaphor. Here we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wolves.
You're all good. You can move up.
This is creepy. What the fork? So not a tiny insignificant faction. Holy forking fungus. This is forking ominous. Oh my god. Holy mother forking fungus. Oh my god, even the music, this makes me think so much of the walkers coming south of the wall. Even like the clanking in the music sounded like the music when the, spoiler alert, when the walkers come south of the wall at the end of season, 7? Ugh, okay. The throwback, the reference to when we first meet Ellie in season 1, her whole talking quickly, counting quickly, etc. when we first meet her. That was a very fun little reference. I thought that was cute. Again, talked a lot about the visual symbolism. One of my favorite moments, one of my favorite shots from season 1, that from what I understand is a direct reference to the game, is a loading screen or hold screen or something, the shot through the window that was at the end of episode 3 with Bill and Frank. I loved that shot. Again, a lot of people loved it because it was a reference to the game, but as someone who is not a gamer, to me, I loved the symbolism of it because we're looking through Bill and Frank's window at Joel and Ellie as they're leaving, and the visual symbolism of that is that Bill and Frank are watching over them. They're the sort of guardian angels, literally the ones that equipped them, but that's a representation of them sort of looking through the window as guardian angels watching over Joel and Ellie. And so the very, very prominent use of light and windows in Joel's house, particularly with the scenes with Ellie and Dina, was very reminiscent of that and so beautifully done of calling back to that. And that same idea of that light looking through the window is the guardian angel. It's Joel now looking down on Ellie and wanting to sort of be Ellie's guardian angel, and her taking his gun. And what happened to his watch? Where's his fork and watch? Because not subtle. But that, and then the specific shots with her and Dina and the window over the chair of where he would be sitting was just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Again, not subtle, but beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And whatever complaints I may have about this show, visuals, cinematography, not one of them. This show is a visual treat that I thoroughly enjoy nerding out over. Ellie and Dina. Dina, you and your precious denial, putting Dina in a rainbow jacket in the episode that she claims to be straight. I did a little breakdown in the first episode about how the colors she was wearing very much invoked the lesbian and bisexual flags. That was a lot more subtle. They put her in a rainbow jacket and had her say that she was straight. Subtle. So subtle. I tease, but that being said, I do really like how organic her growth is, because she definitely comes across as someone that is exploring her sexuality. She's a teenager. She and Ellie are both teenagers. And when it comes to the spectrum of sexuality and the discovery of your own sexuality, not everyone knows right off the bat. Ellie obviously has known since she was much younger. I imagine Riley was a very formative experience for her and sort of the first moment that she really knew. I mean, you have inklings when you're younger, but you may not know necessarily. And I think for her, Riley was very much an, okay, yeah, this is me. That's how I feel. That's it. I think for Dina, it's a little bit later. She has maybe never considered it before, has never considered that possibility. And that's incredibly common. That's not unheard of. And so for her, I don't think she's trying to be insensitive. I don't think she's meaning to be insensitive to Ellie. As someone who's very protective of Ellie, I obviously don't want her to get her heart broken. But to me, Dina comes across very authentically as someone who is trying to figure herself out. I think she does have feelings for Ellie. I think she knows she has feelings for Ellie, and I think she knows that she is attracted to Ellie, but she's still figuring that out. That's a new thing for her. She doesn't know if she's bisexual, if she's lesbian. She feels straight. She's not sure. And so for her to ask that question and for her to bring it up and to admit that she wasn't that high when that happened, I think that's her trying to explore this and trying to figure this out for herself. And I appreciate that as much as I may sit here and be like, oh, don't break Ellie's heart. I really enjoy that we are seeing a character explore that and learn that about herself. And again, we all know where it's going, not subtle, but also to have a very, very obvious reference to Brokeback Mountain here. The exploration, if you've never seen Brokeback Mountain, it's about two cowboys discovering that they are in fact gay. But the first time that anything happens between them is they're sharing a tent. And so that exploration, that discovery, having a scene like this where the two of them actually talk about it in a tent together in Wyoming or in the West, like that was a very not so subtle nod to Brokeback Mountain. And I really, really appreciate it. Again, I was very nervous in that moment. I'm like, this is fan fiction fodder right here. This is exactly the kind of scene that could go really, really heavy-handed, could be very obvious and cliche, for lack of a better way to put it. And the fact that they didn't go that direction, the fact that they allowed this really nice organic growth and gave nod to something very iconic in queer cinema, but didn't go for the obvious jump, I appreciated that. But I thought that was really nice, and I'm looking forward to seeing Dina's growth over this season and how that comes about because, like I said, we know where it's going, but we appreciate some nice character growth and some self-discovery, and looking forward to more of that. Was there anything else really from this episode? I don't think there was too much else that I need to talk about. I think I've already talked quite a bit. My screen has gone dark, which means I've been sitting here talking for quite a long time. I still think we're going to have a reveal of Ellie wearing Joel's watch, whether she's wearing it or carrying it or something. We have been so heavy-handed with the watches this season. Oh, I know what I can talk about. I think I mentioned this, but I want to go into it a little bit more. The parallels between Ellie and Abby, the fact that they were the exact same age when their father figures were murdered, quite brutally. We've created a parallel between them, and again, that's really interesting from a character perspective, from a narrative perspective. It's that phrase, hurt people hurt people. Abby inflicted on someone else exactly what was inflicted on her. Understandable? We literally spent this episode talking about vengeance and frontier justice and an eye for an eye and all of that. And it is really fascinating that we understand where she's coming from, but she is perpetuating this cycle. And we lingered very heavily in the cold open of episode 1 on Abby's watch. Watches, Joel's watch in particular, has been a very, very prominent symbol and prop in this series. And the fact that, again, we see Ellie now in possession of Joel's watch. It's just another parallel. It's just kind of visual symbol, but we are creating and showing this dynamic and these parallels between these two girls. And interesting. I'm We'll see where it goes. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking now because I never shut up apparently. But that's it for episode 3. As always, please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this episode and this series. You guys know I love reading your comments. Redder is better, so hit what was a big red subscribe button when I started this bit that I now refuse to get rid of. Links to my Instagram and other socials are in the description box below, so with all of that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you on the next one.